This is some advice for those people who keep saying to me, hey, I've reached a plateau on my routine. Maybe the weight's going up, but the strength's not going up, etc., etc. And what always confuses me with these people is I'll say to them, oh, what routine are you doing? They're like, yeah, so how long have you been doing this? They'll go 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, maybe a year ago. When did it stop working? They'll be like, I stopped working about 3 months ago or 6 months ago. And I'm like, so why have you kept doing it? There's loads of routines out there, and the body is obviously adaptive. You know, that's why we survive. So your body adapts. You need to be putting new stress, new factors to encourage growth and strength. If you do the same thing every day, you will look the same every day. So obviously use your brains a bit. Now, don't get me wrong, you also get people who jump on a routine after 3 weeks, they'll go to another routine. That's routine up and it's stupid. But let's say you're doing a bro split. You're doing chest, back, legs, blah, blah, blah. You know, and you're doing bench pressing. You're going, right, you know what? I start off with bench and I do 3 sets of 8. I then do incline bench for 3 sets of 12. I do some cable, blah, blah, blah. Why not even, have you even tried changing the rep ranges? Why don't you say, you know what I'm going to do this week? I'm going to go up to a 5 rep max on the bench press. I'm going to get 5 reps. Or I'm going to do 8 reps. Still do your 8 reps. But instead of doing my other sets, what you're going to do is you're going to do 8 reps. You're going to pause 40 seconds. You're going to do another, as many reps as you can. You're going to pause 40 seconds again. You're going to do as many reps as you can. You're then going to go into a deep chest stretch. When you get to incline, you're not going to do 12. You're going to do 8 and you're going to go up in weight. You know, just by doing these small changes, your body's going to grow again because you're forcing it to train a different way. Maybe do drop sets. Maybe on like your exercises, use your brains. You know, it's just common sense. Maybe go to a completely different split and do a push-pull legs. You know, if you're struggling with strength, maybe do a bit of powerlifting for 8 weeks, get some new PRs and go back to your old routine. If you focus on building muscle mass, is your diet correct? Are you getting an increase in calories? If all that is correct, again, change the way you train. Maybe do some pure hypertrophy training. But use your brains. There's so many routines out there. I'll give a few right now. Fat tape training, PHAT. Check that out online. DC training by Dante Trudel. Amazing. If you're wanting to just add strength, like you're a powerlifter, you could look at 531 is a basic one on the top of my head. There's Westside have loads of good ones as well. I was using a Canadian powerlifting routine a couple of years ago, and my bench shot up. I was doing close grip bench, and I went from 175 to 205. You know, everything went up. My squats went up, my deadlifts. Just use a bit of common sense, so don't stick to the same routines. You know, doing the same thing, expecting different results is insanity, innit? You know, that's literally where it comes from. So obviously, you know, you've got to find what works. Change things up. Use your brain.